Want to speed up your language learning? Get access to all of our best PDF cheat sheets for free. Just click the link in the description and sign up for your free lifetime account right now.
Must know family words in Turkish. Okay, let's start. Aile, family. Aile, family. Aile, toplumun temelidir. Family is the basis of society. If you want to talk about your family, then you say, benim ailem, senin ailen. Benim ailem 4 kişiliktir, which means there are 4 people in my family. Baba, father. Baba, father. Babam hep televizyonun önünde uyuyakalıyor. Babam hep televizyonun önünde uyuyakalıyor. My father always falls asleep in front of the TV. So in Turkey, usually small little girls, they tend to say to their father daddy, that kind of cute way. So baba becomes babish, babishko. It's like daddy, this kind of word. Koja, husband. Koja, husband. Kocam beni aldatıyor. My husband cheats on me. Oh, it's not a very nice example actually. But you don't need to use koca actually all the time. You can use eş. Eş means my husband or my wife. It can be used for both. Benim eşim, my wife or my husband. But koca is only for guys. So only women can use it. My husband, kocam. Kocam, eşim. Oğul, son. Oğul, son. 2 oğlum var. 2 oğlum var. I have 2 sons. Let's say you have 2 sons. If you want to say, my elder son's name is blah blah, elder son is like büyük oğlum. My elder son, büyük oğlum. If you want to say my youngest son, you say küçük oğlum. Büyük oğlum, küçük oğlum. Amca, uncle. Amca, uncle. Amcam bize çikolata getirmiş. Uncle has brought chocolate for us. So I know in English, for your mother's brother and for your father's brother, you use only one word, uncle, right? But in Turkish, we don't use the same word for both. We have different words. Amca is for your father's brother. But for your mother's brother, you say dayı. Dayı amca. But you don't have this in English, so I think it's only for Turkish. Dayı amca. Dede, grandfather. Dede, grandfather. Dedemin gözleri iyi görmüyor. My grandfather's eyesight is not good. We have 2 words for grandfather. One is dede, and the other one is büyük baba. And büyük baba literally means grandfather. If you ask me the difference, I think dede is more casual. Büyük baba, it's a bit more polite, but it's actually really hard to say the difference. Maybe most Turkish people prefer dede, I think. Dede is more I don't know, it sounds more like Turkish culture. Kayınpeder, father-in-law. Kayınpeder, father-in-law. Sizi kayınpederimle tanıştırayım. Mehmet Bey. Mehmet Bey. Let me introduce you to my father-in-law, Mehmet Bey. So, in Turkey, to your father-in-law, you don't need to be polite, I think. Of course you need to be polite, but you say father to your father-in-law too. So you don't say Mr. Mehmet. Bey means Mr. You say baba, like babam. Benim babam, like same. But of course, when you're introducing your father-in-law to someone else, you say Mr. Mehmet. But when you call your father-in-law, you just say father in Turkish, baba. Anne, mother. Anne, mother. Annem henüz işten dönmedi. My mother hasn't returned back from work yet. Anne is such a nice word, right? My best word maybe. So, anne, just like baba. When your like little daughter or son would like to say it in a cute way, they change it and they make it anniş, annişko, anneciğim, which all means like mommy, mama, like this. And also, there is one more way to say mother in Turkish, and it is ana, A-N-A. Well, usually not in the big cities, but in the villages, like towns. I think people still using ana, but like cities like Istanbul or Ankara, probably not most people are using ana anymore. It's more like in rural areas now. Kız, daughter. Kız, daughter. Hep bir kızım olsun istedim. I always wanted to have a daughter. Okay, so now we know how to say son and daughter, right? Son is oğul and daughter is kız. There are also another way to say, which is not very common in daily language, but you say like this. For son, erkek evlat. For daughter, kız evlat. Which means like the same meaning, son, daughter. And kız also, it means girl actually, right? So girl is also kız. Daughter is also kız. Like we use the same word. Karı, wife. Karı, wife. Karım beni terk etti. My wife has left me. Well, if you cheat on your wife, then of course she will leave you like that. So if you use karı, the noun, just like that, I think it will sound rude. Because we use it as an insult in Turkey sometimes. Depends on the conversation. So please be careful about that. If you think it's too rude to say karı, then do you remember I just taught you another word, eş. You can just go with eş, eşim. It will be safer, I think. So karım, my wife. Eşim, my wife. Same. We can just choose whatever. 10 sad words. It's a bit sad topic, but it's also important to know the sad words as well, right? So let's start. The first word is canı sıkkın. Upset. Bugün biraz canı sıkkın. Bugün biraz canı sıkkın. He is a little bit upset today. So, if you see your friend a bit upset, then first you need to ask the question in Turkish, right? So you can ask, ne oldu? Ne oldu is like, what happened? And then your friend can say, today I am a bit upset. So he or she will say, bugün biraz canım sıkkın. I said canım because I'm talking about myself. In that case, it's gonna be canım sıkkın. The next one is gözyaşı. Tear. Konuşurken gözyaşlarımı tutamadım. Konuşurken gözyaşlarımı tutamadım. I couldn't hold my tears while speaking. So there is a very common Turkish saying. Now I'm going to share this with you. It includes tears in it. So it goes like this. Gözyaşlarım sel oldu. Or gözyaşları sel oldu. Well, it means literally the eye drops or tears were floating. So it means we cry so much or I cry so much that it became like a flood. And I'm sure you can hear it a lot in Turkey, especially in very sad situations like funeral or if something bad happens to you. then people use this expression a lot. Gözyaşları sel oldu. Yalnız, lonely. Kendimi yalnız hissediyorum. Kendimi yalnız hissediyorum. I feel lonely. So this word, actually many Turkish people are also using wrong sometimes. And we also have to be careful. So the word is yalnız, which means first we have L and then N. But in Turkey, most people are confusing about this word. They are saying yalnız, but it's wrong. So be careful about that. It's yalnız. Yalnız hissediyorum. Or if you want to say I am alone, not I feel alone, then you can say yalnızım. Ben yalnızım. I'm alone. So you can use this word without feeling. For example, if you want to say I am alone or I am lonely, we only have one sentence for both, and it is ben yalnızım. Ben, which means I am, yalnızım, alone or lonely. Sefil, miserable. Ne kadar sefil bir yaratık. Ne kadar sefil bir yaratık. What a miserable creature! Actually, it sounds really funny for me because we don't usually use this in daily life, you know. You don't use it with your friends. You use this for someone you really don't like, I think. Ne kadar sefil bir yaratık. It's like, wow, it's really offensive. So, please be careful when you're using this example. I don't want to trouble you. Sefil also means, in Turkish, kind of like, we use it for poor people. It means like you're poor or in a poor situation. That time you can say, oh, that person is really sefil, which means very poor. You can say, çok sefil bir insan. İnsan means human, person. Çok sefil bir insan. So we will understand that the person is really poor or in a really poor situation. Üzgün. Sad. Üzgün görünüyorsun. Üzgün görünüyorsun. You look sad. I'm saying this while I'm smiling. Sad, yeah, it's actually the topic of this lesson, right? So if you want to learn sad words, first you need to say how to say sad. We say üzgün. If you want to say I am sad, üzgünüm. Or if you want to ask a friend, are you sad? Üzgün müsün? You look sad. Üzgün görünüyorsun. Or if you say I'm sad in Turkish, çok üzgünüm, sometimes it means I'm sorry or I'm very sorry, like you're apologizing. Çok üzgünüm. Hata yaptım. I made a mistake. So üzgün actually depends on the situation, has two meanings. Ağlamak. To cry. Hüzünlü filmler beni hep ağlatır. Hüzünlü filmler beni hep ağlatır. Sad movies always make me cry. So when you see a Turkish friend crying, and if you want to say, oh, my friend, don't cry, do you know how to say? You go like this. Arkadaşım, my friend, don't cry. Ağlama. Ağlama means don't cry. Ağlama. Cesareti kırılmış. Discouraged. Ağır eleştiriler yüzünden cesareti kırılmış. Ağır eleştiriler yüzünden cesareti kırılmış. He is discouraged because of harsh criticism. So, discouraged, yeah, it's a bit long word compared to others, right? Cesareti kırılmak. So in Turkish, discouraged, cesareti kırılmış, can be used as a verb or adjective. If you want to say a discouraged man or a discouraged person, you say cesareti kırılmış bir insan. Cesareti kırılmış kişi, which means discouraged person. But if you want to say he is discouraged, onun cesareti kırılmış, just like in our example. Hayal kırıklığına uğramak. To be disappointed. Bazı Narnia günlükleri hayranları ilk kez lokumun tadına baktıklarında hayal kırıklığına uğruyorlar. Bazı Narnia günlükleri hayranları ilk kez lokumun tadına baktıklarında hayal kırıklığına uğruyorlar. Some Chronicles of Narnia fans get disappointed when they first taste Turkish delight. Who? Who are they? Why you are disappointed? For people who don't know, let me explain. In the Chronicles of Narnia, there's a scene, the little boy were tasting Turkish delight. I'm not sure about the character's name because I'm not such a big fan of it, but there's like a bad character, lady character, and she was trying to trick the little guy by giving him Turkish delight, like come with me, I will give you Turkish delight. And he was a fan of Turkish delight, so he went with the lady. So that is why I think many people know about Turkish delight. But why you're disappointed? Because it's a bit sweet, like very sweet taste. Maybe that's why you're disappointed. It's very delicious though, yeah. So I'm going to say to you, please don't be disappointed or please don't get disappointed in Turkish, okay? Lütfen hayal kırıklığına uğramayın. I said, lütfen, please, hayal kırıklığına uğramayın. Please, don't get disappointed. Mutsuz. Unhappy. Neden mutsuzsun? Neden mutsuzsun? Why are you unhappy? So, neden means why. It's a very basic question, right? And mutsuz means unhappy. So basically the core, the root of the word is mut. So from mut, we say mutlu and mutsuz. Mutsuz means unhappy. Mutlu means happy. I'm not sure the exact meaning of the root of this word, but I think it's something related to your feeling. Like the feeling you have is whether happy or unhappy. Kalbi kırılmak. To be heartbroken. Kalbim kırıldı. Kalbim kırıldı. I am heartbroken. So, kalb means heart. But when we want to say heartbroken, we say kalbim. So, can you see a difference here? The word is actually ends with P, right? Kalp. But then because of Turkish grammar rules, when you want to say kalbim, then P becomes B. So we actually, because this is like a Turkish grammar rule, we don't say kalbim, we say kalbim kırıldı. Kırılmak means to break or broken. So kalbim kırıldı. When are we using this thing? When you break up, when you do something nice but you cannot see anything nice in return. Or when you hear some bad words about yourself. Yeah, like this, right? Kalbim kırıldı.
Want to speed up your language learning? Get access to all of our best PDF cheat sheets for free. Just click the link in the description and sign up for your free lifetime account right now.
Top 10 travel phrases you should know. So let's start. Bir harita alabilir miyim? Could I get a map? The first sentence is bir harita alabilir miyim? Bir harita alabilir miyim? Could I get a map? But what kind of map, right? You need to say that. Like Turkey map or what? So you can say, bir Türkiye haritası alabilir miyim? Or let's say you're visiting Antalya, my home. You can say, bir Antalya haritası alabilir miyim? Let's say you don't even have to use bir. So the sentence will be like, Antalya haritası alabilir miyim? Can I get an Antalya map? İngilizce biliyor musunuz? Do you speak English? İngilizce biliyor musunuz? İngilizce biliyor musunuz? Do you speak English? I don't want to disappoint you, but probably the answer will be no. Many Turkish people, they learn English at school and they are very friendly with foreigner people. They want to help, they want to talk, but I'm not sure if we can speak really good English. So you can also ask them, İngilizce konuşabiliyor musunuz? Which means, can you speak English? Or just say İngilizce, then they will understand and they will say probably yes or no. Evet, hayır. Havalimanından şehre otobüs var mı? Is there a bus from the airport to the city? Havalimanından şehre otobüs var mı? Havalimanından şehre otobüs var mı? Is there a bus from the airport to the city? So probably they will start to explain and they will say you, yeah, we have bus. Evet, otobüs var. You need to cross the street or you need to go right. Şuraya git, karşıya geç. And then please take the bus over there. T15, they will say. Evet, şu otobüse bin. T15, E30. Probably you will hear this kind of numbers. Wi-Fi ücretsiz mi? Isn't Wi-Fi free? Wi-Fi ücretsiz mi? Wi-Fi ücretsiz mi? Is the Wi-Fi free? The correct pronunciation of Wi-Fi in Turkish is actually just like English, Wi-Fi. So if somebody says Wi-Fi or something else to you, it's actually wrong. Wi-Fi ücretsiz mi? Usually, yes. We have free Wi-Fi in cafes. In the airport, actually, if you just go to any cafe or restaurant, usually the Wi-Fi is free. Bu gece için boş odanız var mı? Do you have any vacancies tonight? Bu gece için boş odanız var mı? Bu gece için boş odanız var mı? Do you have any vacancies tonight? Okay, so now you leave the airport, I guess. You went to a hotel, probably. And then, yes, you're asking in the reception desk, do you have any vacancies tonight? So you say, bu gece için boş odanız var mı? Or you can just say, boş odanız var mı? If you think this sentence is kind of long, then probably they will understand. Boş odanız var mı? They will understand that you want to stay there. If you want to stay in a specific time period, like from this day to this day, then of course you need to explain it. If you just say boş odanız var mı, they will probably think only for tonight, just for one night. If you want to say from this day to this day, before boş odanız, say the time. So 15 Mayıs'tan 20 Mayıs'a boş odanız var mı? From May 15 to May 20, do you have any vacancies? Başka bir odaya geçebilir miyim? Could I move to a different room? Başka bir odaya geçebilir miyim? Başka bir odaya geçebilir miyim? Could I move to a different room? Başka bir odaya geçebilir miyim? So probably your neighbors are kind of noisy. And that's why you want to change your room, right? You can say, başka bir odaya geçmek istiyorum. Which means, I want to move to another room. Rezervasyonum var. I have a reservation. Rezervasyonum var. I have reservation. You can just go to the front desk. I have reservation here. Rezervasyonum var. So probably first they will ask you, do you have reservation, right? So the question will be, rezervasyonunuz var mı? Rezervasyonunuz var mı? They will be using rezervasyonunuz because they will be probably speaking the polite way. And then in return, you can respond, yes, I have. Evet, rezervasyonum var. But if you don't have, hayır, no, I don't have reservation. Rezervasyonum yok. Please don't forget to say rezervasyonum. If you just say rezervasyon, just the word, then I think it will not sound natural. Most foreign people, they do this mistake. They are forgetting the U and M at the end. Rezervasyon, they say. But it will not be natural. So rezervasyonum var or rezervasyonum yok. Menü alabilir miyiz lütfen? Could we have the menu please? Menü alabilir miyiz lütfen? Menü alabilir miyiz lütfen? Could we have the menu please? As you saw, I just did that. So usually when we talk with the waiter or waitress in Turkey, we say like, hey, hey, can we get a menu? I think this is how we usually do. Menüyü alabilir miyiz lütfen? But if you think this is too long, then just say, menü lütfen. Menü lütfen, which means menu please. Then they will just bring the menu to you. Öneriniz var mı? Do you have any recommendations? Öneriniz var mı? Öneriniz var mı? Do you have any recommendations? Let's say you went to a tourist office, like a company's office, and you want to join a tour. Then, when you're talking with the staff, you can ask, öneriniz var mı? Or you can say, benim için öneriniz var mı? Do you have any recommendations for me? Benim için öneriniz var mı? And then they can just give you like all options they have. Hesabı alabilir miyim? Could I have the check? Hesabı alabilir miyim? Hesabı alabilir miyim? Could I have the check? Usually, again, in Turkey, we say hesap lütfen, just like menu. Hesap lütfen. Garson, hesap lütfen, which means you're calling the waiter or waitress. Check please. Check please. Hesap lütfen. This sentence is okay, but it's a polite way to say. So usually, all people in Turkey, when they speak like casually, when it's like, how should I say, when they went to a cafe with their friends, they just say hesap lütfen, and it will be the same meaning with the sentence. 10 must-know vocabulary for the restaurant. Garson, garson, waiter, waitress. The first one is garson, waiter or waitress. Bu restoranın garsonları çok nazik. Bu restoranın garsonları çok nazik. The waiters in this restaurant are very kind. So in Turkish, we don't have two different words. For waiter or waitress, we just say garson. So the name of the job. If you want to call a boy or girl, the waiter or waitress, you can just say garson. And in Turkish, we call like this, usually. Pardon, bakar mısınız? Garson bey, bakar mısınız? It's like, hello, excuse me. Can you look to me? Like that. Yemek. Yemek. To eat. The next one is yemek. To eat. Kırmızı et yemiyorum. Kırmızı et yemiyorum. I don't eat red meat. So it's a very basic word, But it's important to know if you're going to a Turkish restaurant, what if you have an allergy, right? Or what if you're vegetarian? Then you need to know the eat, to eat word. So you can say you don't eat or you have allergy. Kırmızı et yemiyorum. Or let's say you don't eat egg. Egg is yumurta. Yumurta yemiyorum. If you want to say I am vegetarian in Turkish, you can say like this. Ben vejetaryenim. Ben vejetaryenim. Kırmızı et yemiyorum. I don't eat red meat. Sipariş vermek. Sipariş vermek. To order. Sipariş vermek. To order. Pasta sipariş ettim. Pasta sipariş ettim. I ordered a cake. It's very funny actually because I know in English pasta means like macaroni, right? But in Turkish it means cake. So it was always very confusing for me when I was learning English. We are using for describing cake or like some kind of sweet, like birthday cake. We are saying pasta. And sipariş etmek means order. You can use it with other foods too. Usually people are ordering pizza to their home, right? You can say pizza sipariş ettim. Or if you want to ask your friend, should we order pizza? Then you can say pizza sipariş edelim mi? Pizza sipariş edelim mi? Su. Su. Water. Su. Water. Bir bardak soğuk su alabilir miyim? Bir bardak soğuk su alabilir miyim? Can I have a glass of cold water? Usually in Turkish restaurants, the water is not free. So you have to pay money for it. And please be careful if you're ordering water because you may thought maybe in your country it's free, but it's not free in Turkey. But in Turkey, in most restaurants, not all of them, in most restaurants, the Turkish tea is free, black tea is free, and it usually comes after your meal. They just bring you or they ask you, should we bring black tea? Should we bring Turkish tea for you? And it's usually free. But I'm not saying for all of them, but most of them. Tatlı. Tatlı. Dessert. Tatlı. Dessert. Bu tatlının yanında bir fincan kahve iyi gider. Bu tatlının yanında bir fincan kahve iyi gider. A cup of coffee would be great with this dessert. Usually in Turkey, people like to drink Turkish coffee. And with Turkish coffee, we usually eat whether Turkish Delight or recently we started to eat chocolate, like Turkish brand chocolate or any other brand. So in Turkish, we say like this. Türk kahvesinin yanında lokum iyi gider. I said, Turkish Delight goes well with Turkish coffee. Chef, chef, chief, chef, chief. Bu restoranın şefi çok yetenekli. Bu restoranın şefi çok yetenekli. This restaurant's chief is very talented. Okay, you finished your meal in the Turkish restaurant and you really liked it. Now you want to say good words, you want to give good feedback to the restaurant. Then you can use this sentence, right? It's a good sentence to know, I think. Bu restoranın şefi çok yetenekli. Yemekler çok lezzetliydi. It means the food was very delicious. Yemekler çok lezzetliydi. Fast food. Fast food. Fast food. Fast food. Fast food. Çocuklarımın fast food yemesine izin vermem. Çocuklarımın fast food yemesine izin vermem. I don't let my children eat fast food. We are using the English word as it is, fast food. But our pronunciation is not like English, of course. It's a bit different. It's like fast food. Well, we have actually other Turkish words. It is rather abur cubur. It's more like snacks, I think. Abur cubur or hazır yiyecekler, which means instant food. Hazır yiyecekler. We are using these two for describing fast food sometimes. Abur cubur, hazır yiyecekler, or fast food as it is. It's also okay. Restoran. Restoran. Restaurant. Restoran. Restaurant. Bu sokaktaki ev yemekleri restoranına sık sık giderim. Bu sokaktaki ev yemekleri restoranına sık sık giderim. I go to the Homestyle food restaurant on the street very often. I go to the Homestyle food restaurant on the street very often. In Turkish, we have this type of restaurant because most people, especially people who live alone, they are missing their mother's food so much, right? So that is why there are so many home-style food restaurants all over Turkey. They are cooking like foods like that reminds you your mother food. Very home-cooked Turkish meals. Not like kebab, maybe. Not like Turkish pizza. Really like Turkish food. Hesap. Hesap. Check. Hesap. Check. Hesap lütfen. Hesap lütfen. Check please. Do you know how to describe the waiter that you want check without saying any word? So we are using our body language in this case to tell the waiter that we want to pay the check. And it's like this. Now I'm going to show you. Hesap lütfen. Like this. Lezzetli. Lezzetli. Delicious. Lezzetli. Delicious. Çok lezzetli görünüyor. Çok lezzetli görünüyor. It looks very delicious. Now your meal is here. It's still hot. And it looks really awesome. Then that time you will say, çok lezzetli görünüyor. I want to eat it.
Want to speed up your language learning? Get access to all of our best PDF cheat sheets for free. Just click the link in the description and sign up for your free lifetime account right now.
And must know math words. The first word is matematik. Math. İlkokulda en sevdiğim ders matematikti. İlkokulda en sevdiğim ders matematikti. Math was my favorite lesson in elementary school. Math was not my favorite subject in elementary school. Well, in Turkey, students start to learn math from the first grade, like with basic math, of course, like plus, minus, but we will come to those words later. But after that, in high school, we don't just have math. We are dividing classes as geometry, analytics, and then math. And we say in Turkish, geometri, analitik, and matematik. The next one is sayı, number. Sayılarla aram pek iyi değildir. Sayılarla aram pek iyi değildir. I'm not very good with numbers. If you're not good with numbers, then you're not good at math. I'm sorry. In math, we are grouping numbers, right? So for example, how do you say prime numbers in Turkish? Asal sayılar. Sayılar is numbers. And asal is prime. So prime numbers. Asal sayılar. What are prime numbers? Do you know? Buçuk. Half. 1,5 yıldır bu şehirde yaşıyorum. 1,5 yıldır bu şehirde yaşıyorum. I have been living in the city for a year and a half. So as you can see, buçuk is not just a math word. You can use it in your daily life as well. Like, how old are you? Sometimes you're asking someone, right? And they can say 10 and a half. So in Turkish, it's like 10,5 or 15 and a half. 15,5. Buçuk comes after. So if you want to say half of an apple, then it's not buçuk. It's another word. It's elmanın, elma is apple, yarısı. Yarısı means half of the apple. Elmanın yarısı. Or, let's say orange. Portakalın yarısı. It's not buçuk. Çift. Even. Çift sayılar 2'ye kalansız bölünür. Çift sayılar 2'ye kalansız bölünür. Even numbers can be divided by 2 without a reminder. So çift itself has many meanings. So if you use with çift sayı, then it becomes even number. Be careful about that, because çift can be also mean couple, like man and woman. So you have to use it with sayı, so then we can understand you're talking about even numbers. So what are even numbers? Do you know? Can you count in Turkish the even numbers? Let me start for you, then you can continue. 0, 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. So now it's your turn. Tek, al. 2 tek sayının toplamı 1 çift sayı eder. 2 tek sayının toplamı 1 çift sayı eder. The sum of two odd numbers is an even number. Why don't we try? Okay, in Turkish. So let's first find two odd numbers. 2 tek sayı. I'll go with 3 ve 5. 3 is 3, 5 is 5. 3 artı 5, 3 plus 5 equals to, eşittir 8. 8. 3 artı 5 eşittir 8. 3 plus 5 equals to 8. And 8 is an even number, so it's correct. Artı, plus. Sen daha 2 artı 2'yi hesaplayamıyorsun. Sen daha 2 artı 2'yi hesaplayamıyorsun. You can't even calculate 2 plus 2. So, it's kind of angry sentence. You can say it to your friend when you're studying math. You can't even calculate 2 plus 2. 2 artı 2 means 2 plus 2. Calculate. Show your friend you can calculate. It equals to 4, right? And 4 means dirt in Turkish. Say it's dirt. Eksi. Minus. 26 eksi 9 17 eder. 26 eksi 9 17 eder. 26 minus 9 is 17. You're good at math. So the minus we're also using for temperature. Like if it's below 0, for minus 1, minus 2, we are saying eksi 1, eksi 2. So for temperature, the weather, we're also using it. And for math, for calculating, we're also using minus, eksi. So I'm going to say in Turkish a calculation for you and write me the answers only in Turkish, okay? Okay, here it goes. 98 eksi 27 kaç eder? I'm not going to say English. Kere, times. 7 kere 8 kaç eder? 7 kere 8 kaç eder? What is 7 times 8? Okay, I think they want me to answer this question probably here. 17 times 8. So I will say in Turkish again. 7 kere 8 56 eder. 7 times 8 is 56. I'm going to teach you one more saying in Turkish. Multiplication table. So multiplication is çarpma. Çarpma in Turkish. And table is tablo. So çarpma tablosu. Multiplication table. Çarpma tablosu. Bölmek. To divide. Büyük sayıları bölmek zor geliyor. Büyük sayıları bölmek zor geliyor. I find it troublesome to divide big numbers. So here's an example. First in Turkish. 100 bölü 5 kaç eder? I said, what is 100 divided by 5? So in Turkish, it is 20, which is 20 in English. Yüzde, percent. İkinci alımda %50 indirim yapıyoruz. İkinci alımda %50 indirim yapıyoruz. We give a 50% discount for the second purchase. So, as you can hear, in Turkish, we say first percent and then the number. Not like English, because English first you say the number and the percent, right? So it's like 50%. But in Turkish, %50. So percent and then 50. That is why when we write, first we write the percent symbol and then the number. So it's like different than English. 10 phrases you use when you're angry. Let's be angry today. Bu seni ilgilendirmez. It's none of your business. Bu seni ilgilendirmez. Bu seni ilgilendirmez. It's none of your business. Wow, okay, slow down. Sometimes we put hiç also before ilgilendirmez. It's to emphasize the meaning. Like bu seni hiç ilgilendirmez, which means it's really none of your business. So both are fine. Just as I told you, hiç gives a more strong meaning. Bu seni hiç ilgilendirmez. Or I'm going to give you another examples. Actually, I feel really bad to teach you these words though, but it is sana ne? Sana ne means it's not your business. It's like, it's not your job. It's not your thing. Sana ne? Kapa çeneni. Shut up. Kapa çeneni. Kapa çeneni. Shut up. It makes it weirder when I say it slowly. Kapa çeneni. Kapa çeneni, I think this is used in many languages, right? English, Japanese, Turkish. So I think when you don't want to hear what the other person says, you just say, just shut up. Kapa çeneni. Or you can say, biraz susar mısın? It means, can you be just quiet? Can you just shut up? It's like, susar mısın means, can you be quiet? Can you shut up? Beni rahat bırak. Leave me alone. Beni rahat bırak. Beni rahat bırak. Leave me alone. This is very common in Turkey. Sometimes you can see some people or some teenagers using this phrase to their parents. Just leave me alone, like that. Beni rahat bırak. Or beni rahat bırakın. If you're talking to more than one person. If you're talking to your parents, for example, you say beni rahat bırakın. So they. Or you can say, if you are fighting with your lover, peşimden gelme means don't follow me, leave me alone. Peşimden gelme. Benimle dalga mı geçiyorsun? Are you kidding me? Benimle dalga mı geçiyorsun? Benimle dalga mı geçiyorsun? Are you kidding me? It's angry, yes. Benimle dalga mı geçiyorsun? Or, let me teach you another one. Şaka yapıyorsun means, are you kidding? Like, I cannot believe. This is also common. And it's not always angry. If you're also if you're surprised, if you really cannot believe, you can also use this. Like, you're kidding. Şaka yapıyorsun. Or, you may sound a bit angry too, like, şaka yapıyorsun. Like, it cannot be true. Her neyse. Whatever. Her neyse. Her neyse. Whatever. Whatever. Her neyse, it sounds angry, yes. But you can use it without hash. So, neyse means you don't care. Like, you fight or you hear something you didn't like and then you can say, whatever, neyse, like, I don't care. Kes şunu. Cut it out. Kes şunu. Kes şunu. Cut it out. If somebody is doing something you don't like, and if you want them to stop, yes, you're using this phrase, cut it out. Kes şunu. Or, if you don't want that person to continue that action, you can just say the name of the action in Turkey too. So, what I mean is this. Like, stop talking. If you want to say someone to stop talking, kes konuşmayı. Which means stop talking, like cut the talking, basically. Literally, it means that. So let's have the kes, the first word from this phrase, and let's change the verb. If you don't want the other person to eat, kes yemeği. If you don't want them to talk, kes konuşmayı. Or if you don't want them to look somewhere, kes bakmayı. Seninle konuşmak istemiyorum. I don't want to talk to you. Seninle konuşmak istemiyorum. Seninle konuşmak istemiyorum. I don't want to talk to you. Seninle konuşmak istemiyorum. And do you know? I'm saying the words slowly for you, right? In Turkey, if you want to increase the meaning of the word, you can say slowly. It sounds more angry. Did you know that? Like, seninle konuşmak istemiyorum. We do that in Turkey. To give a more strong meaning. Like, istemiyorum. It's little bit like with a melody, kind of like rhythm. But if you want to look more angry, and if you want other person to understand clearly, then you can just divide it to the vowels, and you can say it slowly. Sinirliyim. I'm upset. Sinirliyim. Sinirliyim. I'm upset. So, when you can use it? If somebody is asking you, oh, are you okay? Or you fought, and then the fight is over. Not fight, the argument. Argument is over. And the other person is asking you, are you still mad at me? And you can say, evet, sinirliyim. Or you can say, I'm upset because of you, or I'm upset to you. You can say, evet, hala, still, sana sinirliyim. Like, to you. Sana sinirliyim. Or him or her, ona. Evet, hala ona sinirliyim. Ne olmuş yani? So what? Ne olmuş yani? Ne olmuş yani? So what? So what? Yeah, it sounds angry, but do you know the yani word at the end? It's not always like for angry phrases. We use it a lot in our daily conversation, and I think, as far as I know, it's just not for the Turkish language. I think in Arabic language they also use yani. You can use it for everything. When you're giving an example, when you are angry, when you are sad, it's very useful, yani. Yani, how should I say yani, like that. Ne olmuş yani? But when you put yani after ne olmuş, then it sounds like you don't care. Like, I don't care, whatever. Ne olmuş yani? Like that. Sen kim olduğunu sanıyorsun? Who do you think you are? Sen kim olduğunu sanıyorsun? Sen kim olduğunu sanıyorsun? Who do you think you are? In Turkey, in fights or arguments, we always use one phrase, and it is, who are you? Yeah, maybe it doesn't have any meaning in English. When I translate it, maybe you don't know, like, so what is angry about that? But somehow in Turkish or in Turkey, when we are angry, we are always asking the other person, who are you? Sen kimsin? Really, this is literally what it means. Sen kimsin? Who, it's like kimsin, and sen is you. Sen kimsin? Sen kimsin ya? Like that. I don't know why, but Turkish people tend to ask the other person, who are you, when they get angry. And we also don't know why we are doing that, why we are just keep asking the other person who they are. I think it's to give the effect the other person, we are not scared of you no matter who you are. Like no matter if you have a good job, if you're like a high level person, like who are you? I'm not scared of you. I think to give that effect, we are keep using the same phrase like who are you, who are you, who are you.
Want to speed up your language learning? Get access to all of our best PDF cheat sheets for free. Just click the link in the description and sign up for your free lifetime account right now.
Top 10 phrases your parents always say. What they say. Let's learn. Dikkatli ol. Dikkatli ol. Be careful. Dikkatli ol. Be careful. Yes, they always say, right? Especially when you're a child, I think, or baby, because you want to touch everywhere, you want to go everywhere. So they dikkatli ol, like that. Usually mothers say. Sessiz ol. Sessiz ol. Be quiet. Sessiz ol. Be quiet. That's, for example, you and your family, your parents go somewhere that you have to be actually quiet, like cinema, like theater, right? And then you want to be noisy because you're so excited. That time they can use this word, sessiz ol. They say like this, shh, sessiz ol. Uslu dur. Uslu dur. Behave. I'm sure every Turkish hears this from their parents. Uslu dur. Uslu dur. Behave. Usually when you're a child, you want to know everything, you want to go everywhere, you want to explore, right? So sometimes you can make your parents go crazy. And that time, they are kind of tricking you. Like, if you behave well, then I'm going to buy you this. So in Turkish, usually parents are using this trick for their children. They say this, like this kind of sentences, like, eğer uslu durursan sana şeker alacağım. It means, if you behave well, then I'm gonna buy you candy. So it's, eğer uslu durursan, uslu durmak, if you behave well, if you behave, then I'm gonna buy you candy. Sana şeker alacağım. Ödevini yap. Ödevini yap. Do your homework. Ödevini yap. Ödevini yap. Do your homework. I think I never heard from my parents. I was a very smart kid. No. Ödevini yap, it's also, yes, a very common, very, very common saying in Turkey. Probably everywhere around the world, no? Like everyone, every parent, probably they are saying to their kids, just do your homework and then you can go and play. Üçe kadar sayacağım. Üçe kadar sayacağım. I'm going to count to 3. Üçe kadar sayacağım. Üçe kadar sayacağım. I'm going to count to 3. If you're lying to your parents and let's say you break something valuable and you're hiding, that time your parents say, üçe kadar sayacağım, gerçeği söyle. It's like, I'm gonna count to 3, say the truth, you break it. Dur. Dur. Stop. Dur. Stop. Dur. Stop. Well, those parents might be really in trouble, I think. This is what I understand from this list. It's, yeah, well, not just parents actually. Everyone is using dur, probably. Dur, dur, dur. Like, dur, stop, stop, stop. Ne dedin? Ne dedin? What did you say? Ne dedin? What did you say? Well, it might be in an angry situation, or sometimes maybe your parents just don't hear you because you're speaking very quiet because you did something bad. That time, yes, it can be used. They can say, ne dedin? What did you say? Şaka yapmıyorum. Şaka yapmıyorum. I'm not kidding. Şaka yapmıyorum. Şaka yapmıyorum. I'm not kidding. So again, if you did something bad and if your parents will punish you in return, they might say like, I'm gonna take your cell phone for 1 week or no television for 1 week. And then they can say şaka yapmıyorum. I'm not kidding. Like no television. Maybe they can say like this in Turkish. Bir hafta televizyon yok. It's like 1 week no television. I'm not kidding. Şaka yapmıyorum. Bir hafta televizyon yok. Ben sana ne dedim? Ben sana ne dedim? What did I just say? Ben sana ne dedim? Ben sana ne dedim? What did I just say? I think no matter how old you are, when you do some mistake in life, and if your parents already warn you, then you will hear this sentence. Ben sana ne dedim? Like, I said you not to go there. Gitme demedim mi? Whether you're a kid or a grown-up, I'm sure you will hear. Dişlerini fırçaladın mı? Dişlerini fırçaladın mı? Did you brush your teeth? Dişlerini fırçaladın mı? Did you brush your teeth? It's very important to give the habit to brushing the teeth every day for the kids. It's really important. So this is, yes, a very common phrase for parents to use. Dişlerini fırçaladın mı? Or hemen dişlerini fırçala. Hemen dişlerini fırçala means brush your teeth now.
Want to speed up your language learning? Get access to all of our best PDF cheat sheets for free. Just click the link in the description and sign up for your free lifetime account right now.
Top 10 phrases tourists should never use. It's a very delicate topic. I will be careful. Bu iğrenç. That's disgusting. The first one is bu iğrenç. Bu iğrenç. That's disgusting. Yeah, maybe you can say this for a food probably, but I can understand you if you don't like the food, so it's okay. Benim ülkem daha iyi. My country is better. The next one is benim ülkem daha iyi. Benim ülkem daha iyi. My country is better. Okay, well, it depends on how you are saying this, I think. I mean, of course, in some fields, some countries are better. And if you're like talking about, if you're making a comparison, and if you're saying this, oh, my country is, I think, better on that, then it's fine. But if you're saying it in an offensive way, then it's not good, I think. Kendi memleketimde olmayı tercih ederdim. I'd rather be back home. Kendi memleketimde olmayı tercih ederdim. Kendi memleketimde olmayı tercih ederdim. I'd rather be back home. Oh, I'm sorry. Why? Then why did you come? Kapa çeneni. Shut up. Kapa çeneni. Kapa çeneni. Shut up. Actually, like friends or family, sometimes we are using this and it's not very offensive. But again, it depends on the situation and it depends on some circumstances, right? So if you're just, joking, you can use it. It's not bad. Kültürünüz pek ilgimi çekmiyor. I'm not very interested in your culture. Kültürünüz pek ilgimi çekmiyor. Kültürünüz pek ilgimi çekmiyor. I'm not very interested in your culture. That's offensive. You don't have to be interested, but I don't know. I mean, if you're visiting that person's country, then I think it's better to be a bit more careful about what you are saying. Yeni insanlarla tanışmaktan hoşlanmıyorum. I don't like meeting new people. Yeni insanlarla tanışmaktan hoşlanmıyorum. Yeni insanlarla tanışmaktan hoşlanmıyorum. I don't like meeting new people. Hey, welcome bro, welcome to Antisocial Club. It's fine. It's also understandable. I mean, I'm also not very good at meeting new people too. But what you mean is, I don't like meeting local people. Then it might be offensive. Because, like, we think you're here so you can explore our culture or our people more. But if you're saying I don't like meeting them, then why you're here, kinda, right? I think you should be more open-minded about it. Hadi McDonald's'a yiyiverelim. Let's just eat at McDonald's. Hadi McDonald's'a yiyiverelim. Hadi McDonald's'ta yiyiverelim. Let's just eat at McDonald's. It's okay. I cannot say anything about it because my mom, she really hates tasting new food. And anywhere we go together, she's just like, oh, let's go McDonald's. Let's go McDonald's. I'm like, no, mom, you should try it. You should try. But she's like, no way, no way. So sometimes some people are not very, how should I say, not very okay with tasting new food. Like, for example, if you're coming to Japan, maybe some people don't like raw fish, right? Like Turkey, usually we eat fish like well cooked. So maybe they wouldn't like to try sushi, for example. Well, I think it's kind of a very big loss for them. But it's also kind of, understandable. Sıkıcı. Boring. Sıkıcı. Sıkıcı. Boring. Oh, what is boring? Maybe, let's see. In Turkey, what is boring? I don't know. Historical artifacts, natural wonders? I don't think they are boring. I don't think so. Maybe the person you meet talks about some boring stuff. Then you can say it's boring. Don't say no. Just be nice. Bunun tadı berbat. This tastes awful. Bunun tadı berbat. Bunun tadı berbat. This tastes awful. That might be offensive. Not offensive, but like some local foods, like Turkish delight, baklava, or kebab, or whatever. And of course, everyone cannot like it, right? Of course, there will be some people, who don't like it. But sometimes when they say, oh, it's like awful, I really didn't like it, I'm kind of, oh, really? Okay, I'm like that. Kind of sad. Sizler Medeniyetsizsiniz. You people are uncivilized. Yeah, the good one is the last one, I think. Sizler medeniyetsizsiniz. Sizler medeniyetsizsiniz. You people are uncivilized. This is the top word in this list, I think. It's really not good. It's really not good for any country, I think, right? Nowhere, it doesn't matter where you go. And one thing I mostly hear is also kind of offensive word. It's barbaric. Or like, you're so barbaric like this. Sometimes I hear, and I think this is the most offensive word, like, oh, you're so barbaric, or this is such a barbaric culture, like this. It's really sad and disappointing. Top 10 phrases you'll need for a date in Turkey. Okay, let's start. It's gonna be a fun lesson. Benimle yemeğe çıkar mısın? Would you like to go out to a dinner with me? Benimle yemeğe çıkar mısın? Benimle yemeğe çıkar mısın? Would you like to go out to a dinner with me? So I don't know the other countries, but usually in Turkey, guys ask to girls to go out to a date. Usually, but I think maybe like recently it's changing, of course. Maybe girls are also asking. But this sentence I usually hear from the guys. But this has to be like, how should I say? Maybe you're talking for a long time. Not long time, maybe you knew each other well. You talked before, and then maybe you can ask this. Like, don't just say this to anyone you just met or you had crush. Just first, maybe you talk, you know each other, and then you can say, would you like to go out to a dinner with me? And I don't know the answer of the person, but yes. Bu hafta sonu boş musun? Are you free this weekend? Bu hafta sonu boş musun? Bu hafta sonu boş musun? Are you free this weekend? So if you hear this sentence, probably you will think, this person has some feelings for me. Bu hafta sonu boş musun? So which means that person will ask you to go out. So if you say yes, evet, bu hafta sonu boşum. Yes, I'm free this weekend. İşim yok. I have nothing special to do. İşim yok. But if you want to reject the person, then no, I'm sorry. Hayır, özür dilerim. Özür dilerim, I'm sorry. I have things to do this weekend. Bu hafta sonu işim var. İşim var, which means I have things to do this weekend. Çok sevimlisin. You're so cute. Çok sevimlisin. You're so cute. Çok sevimlisin. Oh, it's so romantic here. They usually use it for girls. But I think girls actually use it for guys too. Like if they say something funny or something, you know, like joyful, then girls can also say çok sevimlisin to a guy. We actually have another way to say you're cute. It's çok tatlısın. Girls will probably say like, oh, çok tatlısın ya, like with this tone of voice to guys. It's just like çok sevimlisin. Almost no difference, I think. Çok sevimlisin, çok tatlısın. It's really like, it's a really nice way to flirt, you know. It's really a cute sentence. Harika görünüyorsun. You look great. Harika görünüyorsun. You look great. Harika görünüyorsun. So it means you met with the person, right? And now you see this person in front of you, and maybe you would like to compliment to the dress or to the clothes that person is wearing. So you can say harika görünüyorsun. Or like let's say you will say something to your girlfriend. This clothes looks good on you. This dress looks good on you. You can say bu elbise sana çok yakışmış. Bu elbise means this dress looks good on you. Sana çok yakışmış. Harika görünüyorsun. Bu elbise sana çok yakışmış. It will be perfect. Çok güzel bir akşam oldu. That was a great evening. Çok güzel bir akşam oldu. Çok güzel bir akşam oldu. That was a great evening. Okay, so the dinner is over. Now maybe you'll just about to separate. That was a great evening. Then you say, çok güzel bir akşam oldu. And I think it's better to thank the person after you say, çok güzel bir akşam oldu. Just go with, teşekkür ederim. Seni arayacağım. I'll call you. Seni arayacağım. Seni arayacağım. I'll call you. Well, you can use the sentence, I'll call you, and grammatically it's not wrong. But I think it will sound like you will not call the person. So it's better to say the exact time. You can say, I'll call you tomorrow then. So, yarın seni arayacağım. It's better and it will sound like you're really into that person and you really mean to call again. So just say the exact time, like I'll call you tomorrow morning, I'll call you after I get back to home or whatever, but just say the time, I think it's better. Seni eve bırakayım. I will drive you home. Seni eve bırakayım. Seni eve bırakayım. I'll drive you home. Oh, so you have a car. I'll call you tomorrow. No, okay. Well, I think it's really kind of you to say that. Seni eve bırakayım. Or you can maybe just say, can I drive you home? Like, you can ask first. So say like this. Seni eve bırakayım mı? Seni eve bırakabilir miyim? Which means, can I drive you home? Like you're asking the permission. Seni eve bırakabilir miyim? Seni eve bırakabilir miyim? It will be more like romantic, I think. So I think in Turkey, usually guys ask in the first date to drive you home. It's very general, it's very common. Like, can I drive you home? But I'm not sure if the person always accepts. I think it really depends on the person. Sometimes they do, if the date goes well, but sometimes they don't. But usually you hear the question like, can I drive you home? Seni tekrar görebilir miyim? Can I see you again? Seni tekrar görebilir miyim? Seni tekrar görebilir miyim? Can I see you again? I like that one. That's perfect. It's not very pushy, not very like full of self-confidence, very kind. Can I see you again? Like, thank you for tonight. Can I see you again? Seni tekrar görebilir miyim? It's very gentle, I think. Pass from me. Başka bir yere gidelim mi? Shall we go somewhere else? Başka bir yere gidelim mi? Başka bir yere gidelim mi? Nereye gidiyoruz? Ona bağlı tabii ki. Shall we go somewhere else? Where? It depends on where. So, for example, after your dinner is over, and maybe you would like to walk in the beach after the dinner. Let's say you live somewhere close to beach. And then, shall we go to the beach after our dinner is over? You can ask. But if you just directly say, başka bir yere gidelim mi? Then probably the person will ask you where, right? It depends on where. So, just be more specific, like about everything, about time, about the place you go. It will be always better, I think. Burayı nasıl buldun? What do you think of this place? Burayı nasıl buldun? Burayı nasıl buldun? What do you think of this place? Or you don't need to say burayı. Nasıl buldun? What do you think? But instead of burayı, if you put the name of the place you go, like restoranı nasıl buldun? What do you think about the restaurant? Sinema. Sinemayı nasıl buldun? It's also fine. So nasıl buldun? This phrase, you can use it with anything. So anywhere you go, you can ask this question. Nasıl buldun?
Want to speed up your language learning? Get access to all of our best PDF cheat sheets for free. Just click the link in the description and sign up for your free lifetime account right now.
Top 10 tourist attractions in Turkey. Okay. Ayasofya. Ayasofya. Hagia Sophia. The first one is Ayasofya. Hagia Sophia. Ayasofya hem cami hem kilisedir. Ayasofya hem cami hem kilisedir. The Hagia Sophia is both a mosque and a church. Yeah, I think the Hagia Sophia is one of the most famous landmarks of Istanbul, and it is made in 6th century, so very, very old, by Byzantine Empire. And it was a church actually first, yes, and then after the Turkish conquer, it became mosque. The Turkish conqueror, our Sultan Fatih, repurposed it as mosque, and some minarets were added. Now, actually, it is not open to public to pray, but you can go there and visit like tourist attraction, but you can not just pray there like daily. It's not like Blue Mosque anymore, but it's just like a museum, a nice place to see and visit for us. Bergama. Bergama. Pergamon. The next one is Bergama. Bergama. Pergamon. Bergama, eski çağlarda önemli bir şehir merkeziydi. Bergama, eski çağlarda önemli bir şehir merkeziydi. Pergamon was an important city center during ancient times. Pergamon is located in Izmir. Do you know Izmir? In the west side of Turkey. And there are so many ancient artifacts from this region. It's a very famous region. Some of these historical artifacts you can find in Berlin Pergamon Museum. Dolmabahçe Sarayı. Dolmabahçe Sarayı. Dolmabahçe Palace. Dolmabahçe Sarayı. Dolmabahçe Palace. Modern Türkiye'nin kurucusu Atatürk, son günlerini İstanbul'daki Dolmabahçe Sarayı'nda geçirmiştir. Modern Türkiye'nin kurucusu Atatürk, son günlerini İstanbul'daki Dolmabahçe Sarayı'nda geçirmiştir. Atatürk, the founder of modern Turkey, spent his last days in Dolmabahçe Palace in Istanbul. Dolmabahçe Palace is the largest palace in Turkey, and it has rooms, I think, over 250. It's very, very large. And yes, Atatürk really spent his last days in this palace. Right now, today, you can go there and visit and see the room where he actually spent his last days. Efes. Efes. Ephesus. Efes, Ephesus. Efes antik kenti İzmir'dedir. Efes antik kenti İzmir'dedir. The ancient city of Ephesus is in Izmir. Another historical place in Izmir. Izmir is really full of historical places, I think. It's a very, very beautiful city. So Ephesus, actually, if I'm not wrong, was built in ancient Greek period. So very old and still exists. So, the famous Artemis temple, the temple of Artemis, it is very famous temple and it is considered as one of the 7 wonders of the ancient world. So it's definitely a must-see place if you're going to Turkey. Kapalı çarşı. Ka-pa-lı çarşı. Grand Bazaar. Kapalı çarşı. Grand Bazaar. Kapalı çarşıdan hediyelik eşya aldım. Kapalı çarşıdan hediyelik eşya aldım. I have bought some souvenirs from Grand Bazaar. Okay, so when we say Grand Bazaar, the first thing that comes up to my mind is carpets, Turkish carpets. I'm not sure if you knew about it. However, it's very expensive, especially in Grand Bazaar. So you should maybe think twice before you actually buy one. But the design and everything, it's handmade. So it's going to be a really nice souvenir, but think about the price too. Pamukkale. Pa-muk-ka-le. Pamukkale. Pamukkale. Pamukkale. Pamukkale travertenleri bir doğa harikasıdır. Pamukkale travertenleri bir doğa harikasıdır. The travertines of Pamukkale is a natural wonder. Do you know the Pamukkale travertines? It's all white and then it looks like, it's like a mountain, but it's all white. I'm going to tell you the exact meaning, the literally what Pamukkale means. So pamuk means cotton and kale means castle. So it literally means cotton castle because it looks like cotton castle. You can also, there will be some like water in travertines. You can enter, usually people take photos there. It's so nice place to, spend your day. Not just tourists actually, local people are also going there to enjoy. So definitely a must-see place. İzmir Saat Kulesi. İzmir Saat Kulesi. Clock Tower of Izmir. İzmir Saat Kulesi. Clock Tower of Izmir. İzmir Saat Kulesi 1901 yılında inşa edilmiştir. İzmir Saat Kulesi 1901 yılında inşa edilmiştir. The Clock Tower of Izmir was built in 1901. It's really nice. I used to live in Izmir before, so that's why I think I'm always talking very good things about Izmir. But the clock tower is a landmark of Izmir, and it is made by Abdülhamid II, another Turkish Ottoman Sultan, to celebrate his 25th anniversary for the accession of the throne. And the actual clock in the tower, it was a present from the German Emperor to the Ottoman Sultan. Sultanahmet Camii. Sultan Ahmet Camii. Blue Mosque. Sultanahmet Camii, Blue Mosque. Sultanahmet Camii, Avrupalılarca Mavi Cami olarak adlandırılır. Sultan Ahmet Camii, Avrupalılarca Mavi Cami olarak adlandırılır. The Sultan Ahmet Mosque is called the Blue Mosque by Europeans. The Blue Mosque, yeah, it's the most famous, I think, the landmark of Turkey. Blue Mosque and Hagia Sophia, they're next to each other. And Blue Mosque is made by the order of Sultan Ahmet. And of course, that is why its name is Sultan Ahmet. So why Blue Mosque, maybe you guys are thinking, right? Because of the interior design. The interior design, it's full of Iznik tiles, like blue tiles, all over the mosque, inside I mean. That is why it is called Blue Mosque. But in terms of design, it's kind of a mixture of like Islamic architecture, and also there are some influences from Byzantine architecture, kind of like Hagia Sophia. But it's really, really famous. And one more thing about this Blue Mosque is it has 6 minarets, and Blue Mosque was the first mosque in Turkey that has 6 minarets. Topkapı Sarayı, Topkapı Sarayı, Topkapı Palace, Topkapı Sarayı, Topkapı Palace. Osmanlı padişahları uzun yıllar Topkapı Sarayı'nı kullanmıştır. Osmanlı padişahları uzun yıllar Topkapı Sarayı'nı kullanmıştır. Topkapı Palace was used by Ottoman sultans for a long time. So, first things first, Topkapı Palace is located in Istanbul, because Istanbul was the capital city of Ottoman Empire. I mean, after the conquer of Istanbul, of course. And now, maybe you know, there are so many Turkish dramas about the Ottoman period of Turkey. And you can see Topkapı Palace, I think, in all of them. It's really famous palace, very large. And inside, there is a very important historical artifact. It's a diamond called Kaşıkçıl. So if you go Topkapı Palace, try to find it. It is called Kaşıkçıl elması. It's a very large diamond. Kapadokya. Ka-pa-dok-ya. Cappadocia. Okay, the next one is Cappadocia. Cappadocia. Kapadokya, peri bacaları denilen doğa harikalarıyla ünlüdür. Kapadokya, peri bacaları denilen doğa harikalarıyla ünlüdür. Cappadocia is famous for the natural wonders called fairy chimneys. When you say Cappadocia, the first thing that comes up to my mind is balloons, right? Very colorful balloons, so you can have a really nice Cappadocia view. And do you know what is fairy chimney? There are so many of the fairy chimneys all over Cappadocia. It's a natural wonder, really, not human-made. Nothing about the humans, all about the nature. So let's say this is the ground and it comes like this. And then there's like a roof on it. So it looks like a house actually. And as far as I know, people were actually living there, and still some people are living there. Top 10 phrases to know when having a baby. Emzirmek. To breastfeed. İlk 6 ay bebeği emzirmek çok önemli. İlk 6 ay bebeği emzirmek çok Önemli. It's important to breastfeed the baby during the first 6 months. So baby means bebek in Turkish. Baby, bebek. And do you know how to say feeding bottle? The baby's bottle? It is called biberon. Biberon, bebek. Önlük takmak. Önlük takmak. To put on a bib. Önlük takmak. To put on a bib. Bebek maması yedirmeye başlamadan önce önlük takmayı unutma. Bebek maması yedirmeye başlamadan önce önlük takmayı unutma. Don't forget to put on a bib before you start to feed the baby food. So, where did you put the baby first to feed the baby, right? It is called bebek sandalyesi in Turkish, and it literally means baby chair. Bebek sandalyesi. Kıyafet değiştirmek. Kıyafet değiştirmek. To change clothes. Kıyafet değiştirmek. To change clothes. Çocuğun kıyafetlerini değiştirirken çorabını ters giydirmişim. Çocuğun kıyafetlerini değiştirirken çorabını ters giydirmişim. I have put on the socks wrong when I was changing the child's clothes. So changing clothes, kıyafetlerini değiştirmek, we don't just use for the babies, we use for everyone. Because clothes, like, is same for everyone, right? So kıyafet, elbise, you can just use this phrase for everyone, not just for babies. Ninni söylemek. Ninni söylemek. To sing a lullaby. Ninni söylemek. To sing a lullaby. Saatlerce ninni söyledim ama yine de uyumadı. Saatlerce ninni söyledim ama yine de uyumadı. I sang a lullaby for hours, but she didn't sleep anyway. Let me tell you a Turkish lullaby. I'm sorry for my voice. I'm not a great singer, but I'll do it for you. Are you ready? Dandini dandini dastana, danalar girmiş bostana, kov bostancı danayı, yemesin lahanayı. I hope you liked it. So about the meaning of this lullaby, let me tell you, I'm sure you will laugh when you hear, because it's about a farmer and there's a cow. So this cow is a very nasty cow, and it enters the farmer's farm, and then you are saying to farmer, "Hey farmer, please be careful, the cow will eat your corpse." This is the lullaby. Kestirmek. Kestirmek. To take a nap. Kestirmek. To take a nap. Çocukların gün içinde en az 1 saat kestirmesinde fayda var. Çocukların gün içinde en az 1 saat kestirmesinde fayda var. It's good for children to take a nap at least for an hour during the day. I was not taking a nap when I was a child. I didn't like to do it, I think. And you don't do what I do. Bebek koltuğu satın almak. Bebek koltuğu satın almak. To buy a car seat. Bebek koltuğu satın almak. To buy a car seat. İkizlerimiz için 2 tane bebek koltuğu satın almamız gerekiyor. İkizlerimiz için 2 tane bebek koltuğu satın almamız gerekiyor. We need to buy 2 car seats for our twins. So in cars, you usually see like there's a sign, like a symbol, and it is to warn you that there's baby in the car, right? Baby on board, like this. So in Turkish, of course, we also have the same sign, and it says, Dikkat, bebek var. It's baby on board, so like, there's baby, be careful. Dikkat, bebek var. Beslemek. Beslemek. To feed. Beslemek. To feed. Bebeğimi doğal gıdalarla beslemeye çalışıyorum. Bebeğimi doğal gıdalarla beslemeye çalışıyorum. I'm trying to feed my baby with natural food. In Turkey, I think we are lucky that we have so many natural food in terms of vegetables and fruits. So I think compared to some other countries, I feel lucky in that sense because you can find it anywhere, especially if you're living in a rural area in Turkey. There are so many natural foods to feed your baby. Bebek arabasını sürmek. Bebek arabasını sürmek. To push a stroller. Bebek arabasını sürmek. To push a stroller. Bebek arabası sürmenin kolları bu kadar yorduğunu bilmiyordum. Bebek arabası sürmenin kolları bu kadar yorduğunu bilmiyordum. I didn't know that pushing a stroller tires out the arms this much. Kitap okumak. Kitap okumak. To read a book. Kitap okumak. To read a book. Çocuklara her gece kitap okuyorum. I read books to the children every day. There are so many nice Turkish stories as well, so you can read your children. For example, Ali Baba ve 40 Haramiler. It's, as you can guess, Ali Baba. It's like a legendary character. Ali Baba, it's a very helpful and lovely character. And also, there are 40 like gangsters, we call them harami. And the story is about their, how should I say, relationship. How they come together and what happens. So, this kind of story. And there is one another Turkish story which is also very fun and lovely in my opinion. It is called Keloğlan. Keloğlan means like the guy without hair. And it's also very, very funny stories. And he has many adventures and many stories and many books. Banyo yaptırmak. Banyo yaptırmak. To bathe. Bebeğe banyo yaptırırken suyun çok sıcak olmadığından emin ol. Bebeğe banyo yaptırırken suyun çok sıcak olmadığından emin ol. When bathing the baby, make sure that the water is not too hot. Yes, it shouldn't be too hot, right? It should be warm. Not very cold, not very hot, but warm.
Want to speed up your language learning? Get access to all of our best PDF cheat sheets for free. Just click the link in the description and sign up for your free lifetime account right now.
Top 10 ways to prepare your travel. Güzergahı belirlemek. Güzergahı belirlemek. To choose your destination. First one. Güzergahı belirlemek. To choose your destination. Henüz gezi güzergahını belirlemedik. Henüz gezi güzergahını belirlemedik. We haven't chosen our travel destination yet. You will see this word in your navigation system. Güzergahı belirle. So it's a really, really useful word, I think. Gezi rehberi satın almak. Gezi rehberi satın almak. To buy a guidebook. Gezi rehberi satın almak. To buy a guidebook. İyi bir gezi rehberi satın almak istiyorum. İyi bir gezi rehberi satın almak istiyorum. I want to buy a good guidebook. In Turkey, for buying a guidebook, you can go to famous tourism destinations, like tourist spots. Then you will see there will be lots of guidebooks there. But usually, sometimes actually, it's a bit pricey. So maybe it's better to buy a guidebook before you come to Turkey, like from your own language. But still, if you need a guidebook, then of course you can buy in Turkey in tourism destinations like tourist spots or bookstores in Turkey you can find. Para biriktirmek. Para biriktirmek. To save money. Para biriktirmek. To save money. Bu kadarcık maaşla para biriktirmem imkansız. Bu kadarcık maaşla para biriktirmem imkansız. It's impossible to save money with a wage like this. In the beginning, I say bu kadarcık, right? Usually, the phrase is bu kadar. Like, it's like to importance of the situation. But when you add cık, it makes the meaning bigger actually. Like, my wage is so low. Like, bu kadarcık maaş. It means, I understand that the wage is really low. So, bu kadarcık maaşla. Uçak rezervasyonu yapmak. Uçak rezervasyonu yapmak. To book a flight. Uçak rezervasyonu yapmak. To book a flight. Uçak rezervasyonunu yaptın mı? Uçak rezervasyonunu yaptın mı? Have you booked your flight? If not yet, then we are Turkish Airlines. Sorry for the commercial. Maliyetleri araştırma. Maliyetleri araştırma. To research the costs. Maliyetleri araştırma. To research the costs. Karadeniz gezisi için maliyetleri araştırıyorum. Karadeniz gezisi için maliyetleri araştırıyorum. I'm researching the costs for a Black Sea trip. If you're going to Black Sea region in Turkey, then two things you need to know: that the Black Sea region is famous with its fish and black tea. Black tea is very delicious there. And the other thing you need to know is that the people in Black Sea region are very friendly. So they will be very happy to see like tourists who visit their region. İşten izin istemek. İşten izin istemek. To request vacation time. İşten izin istemek. To request vacation time. Eğer müdür iyi günündeyse işten izin isteyeceğim. Eğer müdür iyi günündeyse değse, işten izin isteyeceğim. If the manager is having a good day, I will request vacation time. I don't know what to say. In Turkey, I think requesting vacation time is not as hard as some other countries. So the conditions of work, I think it's not very hard and not very easy as well. So it's really true actually. If your manager is having a good day, then it's really better to ask the vacation time on his good day. Kalacak yer tutmak. Kalacak yer tutmak. To book accommodations. Kalacak yer tutmak. To book accommodations. İnternetten kalacak yer tuttum. İnternetten kalacak yer tuttum. I've booked an accommodation through the internet. Yeah, in internet you can find really cheap price, but it's better to check where you're going before you're actually going, because there are so many hotels in Turkey and so many places to stay. So you need to be very careful before you're going, whether it's like matching with your needs or what you're expecting or not. Uluslararası ehliyet almak. Uluslararası ehliyet almak. To obtain an international driving license. Uluslararası ehliyet almak. To obtain an international driving license. Sık sık seyahat edenlerin uluslararası ehliyet almasında fayda var. Sık sık seyahat edenlerin uluslararası ehliyet almasında fayda var. People who travel often should obtain an international driving license. So if you have an international driving license, you can drive in Turkey as well. And maybe from one city to another, you can just rent a car, especially if the weather is really nice. Then you can go from one city to another by car with your friends. I think it sounds a really, really like fun trip. Why not? Pasaport yenilemek. Pasaport yenilemek. To renew your passport. Pasaport yenilemek. To renew your passport. Süresi dolduğu için pasaportumu yenilemem gerekti. Süresi dolduğu için pasaportumu yenilemem gerekti. I had to renew my passport because it was expired. It's really important. I mean, before you're going to abroad, like if, I don't know, I think there are some rules about it, right? Like it shouldn't be like at least, like you should be using at least for another 3 months or something like this. So it's better to check before you come to Turkey, so there will be no problems. I think it's better to be much more careful. Eşya toplama. Eşya toplama. To pack. Eşya toplama. To pack. Eşya toplamak çok yorucu. Eşya toplamak çok yorucu. Packing is very tiring. So I think eşya toplamak, packing, it's okay. But I think you're packing for a travel in this example, right? You can also say like preparing your luggage. Then you can say bavulumu hazırlamak. Bavul is like your suitcase luggage. Bavulumu hazırlamak. It's also very common.
10 most romantic ideas for a date. Let's see. Mum ışığında akşam yemeği. Candlelit dinner. Mum ışığında bir akşam yemeği sırasında evlenme teklifi etmeyi düşünüyorum. Mum ışığında
bir akşam yemeği sırasında evlenme teklifi etmeyi düşünüyorum. I'm planning to propose during a candlelit dinner. Wow, very romantic. So yeah, then it means you're dating for a long time. So it's not a first date. But I think for a first date, it's also not a bad idea to go to a candlelit dinner. Why not? Uzun bir yürüyüşe çıkmak. To go for a long walk. Sahilde uzun bir yürüyüşe çıkmak ister misin? Sahilde uzun bir yürüyüşe çıkmak ister misin? Would you like to go for a long walk on the beach? It depends on how long. Again, if it's a first date or if it's like the, first 1 or 2 months of the relationship, then probably I would like to show the best of myself, right? So I would like to wear some high heels. So if I am wearing high heels, please don't ask me, let's go for a long walk. I wouldn't like it. Bowling'e gitmek. To go bowling. İlk buluşmamızda bowling'e gittik. İlk buluşmamızda bowling'e gittik. We went to bowling in our first date. Yeah, it's a good first date idea, I think, bowling. It was not very common in Turkey until recently, as far as I know, as far as my experience. And the word bowling, as you can see, we don't have the actual Turkish word for it. So we kind of changed the English version to Turkish. We don't have W voice in Turkey, so that is why we made it V. So we say V voice, and it became bowling. Akvaryuma gitmek. To go to the aquarium. Deniz analarını izlemek için akvaryuma gitmek istiyorum. Deniz analarını izlemek için akvaryuma gitmek istiyorum. I want to go to aquarium to watch the jellyfish. It's a good idea. It's really nice, I think, date idea. Especially if your girlfriend is from somewhere like Ankara. They don't have sea, right? So maybe they are more curious about fish, sea. So aquarium is definitely a good idea. Operaya gitmek. To go to the opera. Sevgilimle operaya gitmek istiyorum ama biletler tükenmiş. Sevgilimle operaya gitmek istiyorum ama biletler tükenmiş. I want to go to the opera with my lover, but the tickets are sold out. That's too bad. But not just opera. I think musicals are also very interesting to go on a date. For example, I would be really happy if my lover would buy tickets for Harry Potter concert. The symphony orchestra was playing Harry Potter music. That's a really nice idea to go on a date. Can you buy for me? Maybe you guys know where I'm from, right? Antalya. And in Antalya, during summer season, there is ballet and opera festival, and it is held in Aspendos, which is an ancient amphitheater. From all over the world, not just Turkey actually, also from Russia or other European countries, people are coming there, to Aspendos Amphitheater to perform ballet and opera. So, maybe if you're dating your girlfriend or boyfriend in the summer season in Antalya, it's a really nice idea to join this festival. It's very fun and very romantic. Hayvanat bahçesine gitmek. To go to the zoo. Hayvanat bahçesine gitmek istiyorsanız, sabah erken çıksanız iyi olur. hayvanat bahçesine gitmek istiyorsanız sabah erken çıksanız iyi olur. If you want to go to the zoo, you better wake up early in the morning. Well, if it's summertime, then to go to zoo in afternoon would be really painful for you, I think, because it's so hot and you'll be outside all day. So yes, that's a good idea to wake up early. And there are so many animals to see, so waking up early is always a good idea when you're going to a date. Piknik yapmak. To have a picnic. Piknik yapmak için harika bir yer keşfettim. Piknik yapmak için harika bir yer keşfettim. I discovered a great place to have a picnic. Having a picnic, it's very common in Turkey, and not just for a date. Also, Turkish families really enjoy having a picnic with their family and children. So during picnic, we usually eat Turkish food, mostly Turkish breakfast, mostly. And also we play games like football, volleyball, and we listen music sometimes from the car because Turkish people, they come to the picnic with their cars and they open the doors and they open the music and then they listen while they're eating their food. It's really fun actually. And you can sit on the ground, or in some places in Turkey, some picnic places, they have tables, like wooden tables. So it depends on the place, but it's a really nice idea to go on a picnic. Akşam yemeği yemek ve film izlemek. To have dinner and see a movie. Cuma gecesi planımız güzel bir akşam yemeği yemek ve film izlemek. Cuma gecesi planımız güzel bir akşam yemeği yemek ve film izlemek. Our Friday night plan is to have a nice dinner and see a movie. It's a really good idea. I think it's my favorite in this list. So the movie, it's very important which one you choose. For example, if you're choosing a scary movie, it's not okay for me. I don't like scary movies. Maybe a romantic movie would be nice, or a drama. Why not? So do you need my advice for a romantic Turkish movie? Let me give you one. It is called Kelebeğin Rüyası in Turkish, and in English, The Dream of a Butterfly. It's a really great movie. Romantic, very dramatic, very sad, so you will have all these emotions all together. It's about two young poets and their relationship with one girl, because they are searching for a girl who can influence them and who can let them write poems. It's a really interesting movie. Vapura binmek. To take a ferry ride. İstanbul'da vapura binmek çok romantik bir etkinlik olabilir. İstanbul'da vapura binmek çok romantik bir etkinlik olabilir. Taking a ferry ride in Istanbul could turn out to be a very romantic event. It's pretty romantic, if you ask me. So you can just take a ferry ride with your girlfriend, boyfriend, with your lover. And then, do you know the Turkish bread, simit? Just buy some simit. And then you can feed seagulls. Do you know seagulls? You just feed them and talk with your lover. Hey, how are you? It's pretty romantic. Müzeye gitmek. To go to the museum. Hoşlandığım çocuğa birlikte müzeye gitmeyi teklif etmeyi düşünüyorum ama sıkıcı bulabileceğinden korkuyorum. Hoşlandığım çocuğa birlikte müzeye gitmeyi teklif etmeyi düşünüyorum. Ama sıkıcı bulabileceğinden korkuyorum. I'm thinking about asking the boy I like to go to the museum together, but I'm afraid he may find it boring. Not most of the museums are boring, I don't think so. There are some really nice art museums. For example, in Turkey, Istanbul, there is Istanbul Modern Art Museum, and they have exhibitions about contemporary art, and it's really fun, very interesting. So keep that in mind.
Great work! Here's a reward. Speed up your language learning with our PDF lessons. Get all of our best PDF cheat sheets and ebooks for free. Just click the link in the description.